Yeah, hi guys. Very good evening. So let's start the session. Now, guys, taking forward from the last class, in the last class, like we have seen what is a data science, which is a technique of extracting knowledge from the data, and it is a multidisciplinary field. That means, um, the multiple fields are involved in this. Okay. Now I explained you the core mechanism. We are going to build up a model and we are going to give the data to the model, and model will learn from the data and it will take it forward. The same thing, if the data size is bigger, then that is called as LLMs, which are nothing but ChatGPT and Gemini will be working on this. Okay. Now, we talked about the definition of the AI. That is, artificial intelligence is a field of computer science which is used to build intelligent machines capable of performing tasks which require human intelligence. That is, you are going to give the intelligence to the machines in such a way that they can perform the task which humans will do it. Okay. The best example is driverless cars. And the artificial intelligence is data oriented as of now. I can't say it in the future, but as of now, artificial intelligence is completely data oriented. Now, artificial intelligence is a process of developing intelligent machines which behave like humans. And that now this was actually coined by a gentleman by the name John McCarthy, where he coined in Dartmouth conference in MIT in 1956. Now, as I told you, like the reason why we are learning the AI right now is, as I told you, artificial intelligence as of now, it is completely data oriented. And now, as at that time in 1956, there was a very, very less volume of data, because of which the artificial intelligence was not able to flourish. Now, as the time passed on, it's not that it was completely stagnant over there, and then we started thinking of that in the year 2020 or something like that. No, it's not like that. Constantly there was a development was going on over the period of time, and by the time it came down 2000, our technology was evolved and we were having an abundant amount of data was there. And like there were WhatsApp and say social media, laptops, smartphones, internet, all these things were there, because of which it was really amazing that AI was able to flourish. Okay. And now coming down to the machine learning. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows the machines to extract knowledge from the data by itself without explicitly programmed. Now, what we are going to do it is, here I told you, we are going to create the model. Okay, of course, it is a programming we are going to do. And after that, we are going to give the data to the model. Now, what happens is, this model will, based on the data, it will extract the knowledge out of that. So first time I gave the cancer data, and next time I'm giving an stocks data. See, same model. Once first time when I gave cancer data, it became an expertise on the cancer and it was acting like a doctor. Now, same model, when I gave the stock data, it was able to extract knowledge out of these stocks. I'm saying in knowledge out of the relationship between the different fields, and it became an experts into the stock. Now, same model. We are not changing the programming each and every time. It is the same program which was able to. That is what mean by here. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows the machine to extract knowledge from the data by itself without explicitly programmed. Okay, and you can also say that this is a machine learning is also, you can define it as it is a process of it is a process of developing intelligent machines which can learn by itself without explicitly programmed. You can say that one also, because here the machines are extract knowledge from data by itself. Okay, or you can use that it can learn by itself. Anything you can say. Okay, you can say it something like machines which can learn by itself is called as machine learning. Okay, just let's now I can put it. Intelligent machines which can learn by itself is called. Now again, who coined this one? There was a gentleman by the name Arthur Samuel. Okay. Okay. This was done by Arthur Samuel. Now, again, in the conference where he did it in Dartmouth conference. Okay, there is something called as Dartmouth conference. Again, the same thing. Dartmouth conference. Dartmouth conference in the year of MIT. It's under Massachusetts. Under in the year 1959, right? I explained you over here in 1959. Now, you may ask me, I explained you the relationship between AI, ML, and DL and generative AI. Like I explained you with the example of a recipe of a veg biryani. This, if you have recipe of the veg biryani, it doesn't mean to that you have the biryani, right? It is just the how to make the veg biryani. When based on these, the terms are rules, when we, when we cook the, or actually we implement all this process step by step, and when we cook it, then that is considered as actual implementation of this recipe. This is our actual biryani, which we can eat it. This is just a rules how to prepare. The same way the AI is nothing but it is a rules how to develop the intelligent machines. But how it is developed actually? It is developed with the help of ML, machine learning, DL, deep learning, or generative. These three ways they are implemented. Okay. Now, or you can, yeah. Now you may get a question over here. Why this dark mouth conference all the time? See, actually, of MIT. See, right away after the Second World War, okay, that is in 1945, the Second World War. There were two superpowers emerged. One is US, other one is USSR. Now, US wanted to maintain that superiority. So it was inviting the people from different parts of the world. Okay, it was inviting the people from different parts of the world to come down and get settled in US. Come down and we are going to do all the funding. As a part of that process, it conducted a 5 years conference of Dartmouth Conference. This was 5 years. 1956 it started. 1957, 1958, 1959, and 1960. Now, the first year, we know that the artificial intelligence came into the picture. All right. Second year, okay. Yeah. Second year, that is 1957, there was a perceptron. I will tell you what is this. Third year was not so productive. Okay, there was nothing so special about, and you can ignore it over here. The fourth year, that is in 1959, they came up with the machine learning. Okay, now in 1950, 1960, there was a guy called as Alan Kay, and he came up with something called as OOPS. OOPS, yeah. OOPS was actually, it came into the picture of, developing of the altogether new way of coding in the form of like using the objects and classes. Okay. The gentleman name was Alan Kay. And actually, this guy developed this one based on this. And later on it was being used by the different programming. We know all the history. Okay, this is what it was. Now after this, I also explained you how this gentleman Arthur Samuel came with the name machine learning, as he developed a programming gaming program by the name Checkers program. And when he was working with IBM at that time in 1952, he was working with IBM. Okay, he was working with IBM, and he came up with this program. And what exactly happened was, he was so proud of that program that he started inviting all the people to come down and start working on that, play on that. Then, what the people were doing is they were able to defeat this one in 10 to 15 moves. But as the, days passed, it was becoming difficult to beat that program. And when they inquired with the gentleman Arthur Samuel, he said that he never changed anything in the program. Now, then he observed that this program is learning by itself. The program is learning by itself. Okay. Now, next one is Next major thing is deep learning. Now, this, this deep learning is actually, we are going to go very deeply into this deep learning during the course, because here we start our major coding part as a part of our course. And from here, we will be jumping into the generative AI. Now, one thing you have to understand is, whenever you see the term deep learning, okay, the extension of deep learning is Gen AI. Please remember this one. Extension of generative AI. The deep learning is nothing but Gen AI. Now here, one term you can remember all the time whenever you come across the Gen AI deep learning is human brain. What do you mean by this is, actually, deep learning is a subset of machine learning which uses artificial neural network based on the biological neural network. Okay. Now, in simple terminology, deep learning is based on it is based on how our biological neural network, how our brain works. That is based on that. It depends. It works on that. Completely it works based on our brain. Okay. Now I can put it as like this. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning which uses artificial neural network based on biological neural network, that is nothing but human brain. I will put it as human brain. Now, first thing you may get a doubt. Now, we are very new. I don't know like how many people are well aware of these terminologies. This artificial neural network, they also call it as ANN. Okay, they call it as ANN, that is artificial neural network. Neural network. Now, what is this actually? I will tell you. In a simple terminology, I will try to explain. If you see our brain, okay, now brain structure will be, I just take it, guys. Okay, you can take it as this is our brain structure. Let's take it. This is our brain structure. Okay. Now, this brain has millions, billions of very close cells called as a small, very, very small cells called as neurons. Okay. You can take it as, now I will just clear this one. I'll just remove this part. I will copy one somewhere from the internet. That would be much better. Yeah, I can take any of them. This one is good enough for me. Okay, I will put it as this one. Try to understand this point. So this is our brain. We know that this is our brain. Now, brain has a billions of small cells called as neurons. Okay. If you remember, now sometimes you will have now whenever you see something new, this, as I told you, it is have a very, very small cells, very, very small cells. Okay, very, very small cells will be there. Now I will just tell you how they work. So if you take it, okay, an input which is given by our from our eyes. Let's take it from our eyes. You are seeing an object. Okay, now let's say that you are seeing a person over here. There is a person. Now when you see this person, what happens is your cells, I'm just taking it as in a round way. This is my cell, first cell. Okay, or let me take it from here. This is my neuron. Let's take it. This is my first neuron. This first neuron, and I'm going to take it in the same way. One more neuron will be there over here. So what it will happen is this first, when this person is being seen, this will grab, this neuron will grab the information. Okay, this will grab the information, first neuron. It will capture the information, whatever is there. Okay, and it will process it and gives the output. This output will act like an input to this, and it will process it, and it will give you the, I can say it as, this is my process and this is my process. Okay, and then it will give you the output. Again, there will be one more neuron will be there. Okay, it will process the information, and there will be one more neuron will be there over here, like this. This will goes on until that complete image is stored. Now you may get it out that what is this process? I will tell you. See, when first neuron is being given, first information we will get it. This will remove one feature of that particular object. Here, this is my object. This person is the object. Maybe the first neuron will take one feature. Now, for example, it takes the eyes. It remembers the eyes. And it will remember the eyes, and it will give out. Just I'm giving you a broad view. When it is given the next part, this will maybe remember the nose, and this will remember the hair, and this will remember the mouth. Something like that. All the neurons will be storing one feature. Now, whenever you see next time, whenever you are going to see this gentleman next time, all these features will be connected together, which helps us to recognize that particular person. All these neurons comes together and helps us to recognize that particular person. Now, because of these neurons, sometimes you observe it, sometimes now, usually they will play in the games like that. They will show the eyes of your favorite hero, and they wanted you to recognize it. And surprisingly, people will recognize that. Right? How is it possible? Again, if you individually, if someone asks you to describe those eyes, you will not be able to describe it. But if you are shown those pictures compared to other eyes, you can easily identify that these eyes are from this particular hero. Right? So how is that happens? At that time, this neuron will trigger. Or sometimes your friend whom you met, even like maybe you met that guy maybe a couple of times, and he is walking away from you. He is not facing towards you. He is walking away from you. Then also you are able to identify the person. Recognize. How? Because of so many neurons will come into the picture and they will help you to recognize. Okay. This is our biological neural network. We call it as biological neural network. On the base on this, we will build our artificial neural network. Okay, this is the artificial version of this neuron. Okay, let's keep it 4 neurons over here like this. Like this. Okay, like this. These are the 4 neurons. Artificial neuron. This is a natural neuron. This is a artificial neuron. Again, the same thing. We are going to give the input to this. Okay, like this. And this will do the some process and it will give out the output. This output will be the input to this. Again, we will do some process and this will be the input to this and this will give out and this will be the input to this. This will give out and this is the input. This is natural biological neurons. These are artificial neurons and they are interconnected. The same mechanism will be working over here like this. Okay, it will be working on the same mechanism. This structure we call it as ANN. That is nothing but artificial neural network. You will give it as artificial neural network. Like this. Okay, this is the way your biological neural network and artificial neural network will be working. This is again each and every this neuron, the biological, sorry, artificial neuron, we call it as perceptron. Perceptron. Now here, this perceptron I talked about over here in 1957, perceptron was coined. And this was coined by a gentleman by the name like Frank Rosenberg. Okay, the person who coined this term, the perceptron is Frank Rosenberg. His name is Frank Rosenberg. Now I will quickly put it on that information. 1957. Again, the same Dartmouth conference. And one more very, very important thing you have to know about this deep learning is, even though this was introduced in the year 1957, the term perceptron, and this network is called as deep neural network. And but there was a major drawback in the deep learning, that it cannot be intercepted. That means, you know, if some mistake happens, we can't find out what is the problem inside this. That's the biggest drawback of this deep learning. So then there was a gentleman by the name Geoffrey Hinton. He is called as Geoffrey Hinton. Now he introduced something called as back propagation. Again, this all we can't go it now. You will not understand also. Back propagation. This is a new concept in the year 2006. Now you can understand. It was first perceptron, the concept was introduced in 1957. From then on, the people, different people were working on this deep learning. But unfortunately, there was no success until this gentleman came up with a concept called as back propagation. And he is currently working as head of AI in Google. In the Google company, he is the head of AI. Okay. Yeah. Now, since then, there was a very big boom came into the picture of deep learning, and deep learning never looked back after 2006. Okay. Now, till here, it's okay. Now, there is something called as generative AI. Okay. What is this generative AI? I'll just put on some small definition and then we will go deep into this. It is a type of artificial intelligence. This all comes under the artificial intelligence. That's what I told you over here like this. AI is being implemented with ML, DL, and Gen AI. Okay. So it is a type of artificial intelligence that focus on creating new content, or you can say it as generating new content. You can say it as like that or this. Okay. And it is a subset of deep learning and reinforcement learning. Okay. It's a subset of deep learning and reinforcement. I will give you an idea about the reinforcement learning also now in this. First thing is, I can add one more term over here. Generative AI, which is also called as Gen AI, concentrates on creating or generating new content. Now, what is the difference of this is, now I will tell you. See, if you take it and like a model, this is a model. Now I'm talking about ML, guys. I'm talking about ML. Now we are giving the data to this. Okay, it will take the data. Now I'm talking ML and DL. I'm talking about ML or DL. See, it's just take it. You are giving a picture of some vehicles, or just take it as some animals. I'm giving the pictures of elephant, okay, horse, and zebra and lion. Like this, I'm giving. These are the different pictures I'm giving over here. Now, this model will learn from this. Okay, this model will learn from this. And what happens is, once I give a new picture over here, like a new picture of zebra, okay, I'm giving a zebra picture, it will able to recognize zebra and it will give us that this is zebra. Okay, because we are already giving the data to this model, okay, and this model will learn from this different images, what is the difference between them. And when I give a new picture, it will say that what is that picture. Okay, that is what the deep learning and ML will be doing, machine learning and deep learning. When it comes to the generative AI, what will happen is, now let's take it, this is my model again. Okay, and this model, I'm going to give it a very, very large volume of data. Very large volume of data. Okay, I will put it as like this. This is my data. Okay, when I'm giving such a large volume of data, this is usually we will give it from the web, internet. Now, what happens? This model will learn from this data. Okay. Now, what is the beauty of this model is, this is my model. When it will learn from all these things, it will learn. What it can do it is, if I ask a question, it will not get now, like it will not get the content from a particular source. It is going to generate the content. Like, for example, if you are taking Google, okay, Google, when you ask a question to the Google or you will give a search string, what it will do, it will get me all the websites, okay, where the relevant content is present. I have to go into that website and I have to learn, I have to search for there may be different content over there. I have to search for my content. Maybe that may be relevant or non-relevant, we can't say. But what is the beauty of the generative AI is, it will not get me the websites. It is already learned from the different sources, right? So whenever we are asking a question, it is going to generate. Okay, it is going to generate the answers based on the requirement, whatever I have it, based on the requirement, it is going to generate the answers to me. Okay, it is going to generate the answer directly. It will give me the content. Of course, it will do the same search and it learned from the different data and it will create altogether new content. This is what exactly happens in your generative AI. It will, now here I said it like I'm giving a kind of like giving an image of zebra, it's saying zebra. Here in this case, I can say it as generate me an image where zebra is flying zebra image. It will generate and it will give. Clear? That is the beauty of this generative AI. So it is going to generate the new content. So for example, I will say that generative AI can generate output like, we can say it as text generation or image generation or audio generation, okay, and music generation, etc. Like this, I can do it. This is what it will happen. Now, example is like if you are giving like maybe 100 songs of a particular, like you can say that melody or mass songs or something like that. If you are going to give it, it will learn from that music and it will compose altogether a new song. Yes, it can do that. Okay, and if you ask it to create tell me a story, a horror story, it will tell you. It will create it and it will tell you. That is the beauty of this generative AI. Now, there is a concept called as agentic AI. Okay. Now, you may ask me, what is this agentic AI? See, agentic AI is, again, it is kind of subset of your generative AI. Okay. One second, guys. Just a minute. So agentic AI is nothing but it is a subset of your generative AI. Now I will just put it diagrammatically over here. Then you will understand. See, if it is, I'm taking this one first. This is my AI. Okay, I'm taking this is my AI. Inside the AI, we are having ML. Okay, we will be having ML over here. ML. Now, inside this ML, we will be having DL. Now, in other words, DL is a subset of your ML. Okay, I will give it as this way. And inside this, we will be having generative AI. Okay, we are having generative AI. And again, inside this, we will be having agentic AI. I can place it over here. This is nothing but our agentic AI. Okay. Now, these all are interrelated. They are all are interrelated. Now, here, what it will happen is, this I will put it as, okay, AI. Again, this is ML. This is DL, deep learning. This is AI, ML, DL, and I can say it as Gen AI. This is agentic AI. Now, what is this agentic AI? See, in a simple way, agentic AI is like a intelligent assistant that can think ahead and make the choice. And this can it can make the choice and do the things on its own without on its own. That is what is called as agentic AI. So an agentic AI is a part of, or it is a type of artificial intelligence which act like an intelligent agent or assistant, I will say that. Assistant that can think ahead and can make a decision or make a choice, I will say choice, and do things on its own to accomplish task. Okay, this is what is called as, in a simple way, guys. This will be performing a specific task on its own and update the generative AI. Now, actually, I will tell you where exactly it will be used. Let me tell you. I said about this model, right? Our generative AI model. Now, this is my generative AI model. Let's take it. Okay, this is my generative AI model. And this model, we are going to train with a very, very large volume of data. Let's take it. This is my large volume of data. And when we are training with such a large volume of data, definitely it will take some time. Okay, this is my data. This is my data. And we got the data from www, that is World Wide Web. And this is, we are training the model. This is our model. Okay, model. So when you are giving this data, this will learn from the data. Now, for example, see, you started this training process yesterday. That is 20th of April, 2025, we started this training process. That is, I collected all the data over the internet till 20th of April, and yesterday we started. Now, even though this is a very much sophisticated system with very high-end hardware, okay, high-end hardware and the software, but the problem over here is this training process will take a lot of time. Let's take it. It will take 15 days time to train it. 15 days, I'm talking about very less time. It may take 1 month to 2 months also based on the system speed, okay, to train it. Now, what exactly happens is, the major problem over here is, once we give the data to this, it will take 15 days to learn, right? And the last data was till this. And if you take it like 15 days means, it may take it 5th of May 2025. Till on 5th of May, this will be ready to use it. Okay, let's take it. But the real problem is, from 20th to 5th, this 15 days data is not trained with the model. Your model will not answer anything which you are going to ask in between this. This is a, black spot we are having inside that. It is a gap. Okay, your model will be perfectly trained till here. You ask any question till here, it will give you the answer. But in between this, 20th April 2025 to 15th, because that was in a training process, we can't do it. We will not have the knowledge about, we can't provide the knowledge to my model between that time. So again, on 5th, you want to get the data and you want to give it. Again, it may take some more time. Maybe in this case, it is maybe 15 days. That may take at least 4 or 5 days to complete that particular task. Again, that 4 or 5 days gap will be there. So any given point, there will be a small gap where your model will be not trained with the data. So to avoid this problem, what we will do it is, we will create the small agents like intelligent agents. We call it as agentic AI. These are called as agents. What the role of these agents is, it will think independently and it will go and get the latest news what is there in the market. And it will get and give it to my model. It will get the individual news, not the entire news. It will take the particular concept and it will get it. There like that. There will be hundreds of agents will be there. They will be working and they are going to update your model on the regular basis. With that, your model will be updated with the latest information also. This concept is called as agentic AI. Again, it's been in the market from just, you can say it as 15, like you can say 6 to 1 year back, it came into the picture. And it is very effectively using. This is implemented with a RAG and all these things. Okay. So this is what is called as agentic AI. Okay. Now, there is a question is there, but sir, how it's learning itself as program is not changed? So is there? See, Amit, your question, how the model will be getting trained on itself, because model is trained with what you call it as, your model is built using the based on algorithm. As I told you, it is based on the algorithm. So whatever data you give it to the model, okay, it is going to take the data and it will learn the relationship between the data based on the, it is based on the algorithm, right? So it will try to get the relationship between the different columns of the data and it will learn from that. That is how it will happen. This I will show you in the future very detailedly. We are going to do it. Okay, how we are going to do it. Okay. This is about the agentic AI and the things. Okay. Now, the very important thing. Now, this is all about your AI, ML, and DL, and generative AI and agentic AI. How you are going to deal. This is the, for prerequisites for this one is deep learning. Once you know the deep learning, you can play with it. This is not required for us. So you can directly, we can start with from here. Okay. After doing some basic pre-processing stuff called as NumPy and Pandas, we will use the NumPy and Pandas, and we will move forward from here. Okay. Now let's take it. This is all about our things. Now let's go to the next important concept called as life cycle of, I'll put it on over here, life cycle of artificial intelligence. Okay, a life cycle of artificial intelligence. See, there is a life cycle is there. Now, what, see, whatever you take it, guys, there is a cycle is involved. In the same way, artificial intelligence also has a life cycle. Now, the best example is if you take it the humans. Human is also having its own cycle. Now, right from the day when we are born, our cycle starts, right? And if you take it, we will be an infants, then we will be grown up as a kids, and then we will move on to a teenage, then we will move on to the middle age, and then we will go into the a bit of old age, or before pre-old age, I can say it as, and then we will enter into the old age, and then that's the end of ours. Okay, this is a life cycle of the human. The same way, there is a life cycle of artificial intelligence. Okay, first and foremost thing, guys, as I'm repeatedly saying, without data, our model is, our artificial intelligence will not be there. Now we are having data over here every minute, every second. We are some or other way, we are generating the data. So because of that, there is a humongous data is being generated. We are using that data and we are training our models and they are becoming intelligent. So the in the life cycle, intelligence, the first and foremost step is data collection. Data collection. Now, when you take the data, that will be into different sectors. Now, what I mean by that is you may have the data into the e-commerce, you may have the data into the banking sector, you may have the customer data or vendor data or like product data. There will be so many different types of data will be there. Now, what data you are going to collect it? That is based on your client requirement. That is based on your client requirement. I will put it as client requirement. Or this is in a professional terminology, we will call it as business requirement. Okay, it is nothing but your business requirement. Okay. Now, the business requirement, and next one, we are collecting the data. Then after this, data exploration. Now you collected the data, then you are going to go through this data. You got collected the data must be from a different sources. Then immediately once you get the data, what you are going to do? You are going to go through that data and see that how much relevant this data is with my business, right? How much relevant is this data with my business? That is what the business requirement, or data. After getting the data, we are going to go through the data. That is called as data exploration. Now, the results of this exploration is, we will come to know that which part of the data is pretty much important for us and which part of the data is not important for us. Okay, that is what is called as data exploration. Now, next is data cleaning. Once you got an idea about the data, then you will see that there are some errors in the data. That errors we are going to remove it. That is called as data cleansing, or we call it as data cleaning. And after this, see, we collected the data based on the requirement. We explored the data. You went through the data and find out which part of the data is not required for us and which part of the data is required. And then you went through the data level errors. We are going to go through the data level errors. I'm going to explain you this thing and this one pretty much detailedly. And after this, you will get a pure form of data that you are going to do the mining. Mining, in a sense, nothing but you are going to go deep down into the data and you are going to get the, you will try to understand the relationship between the data, or you call it as insights of the data. This is called as data mining. Now, once you got the data, then what you're going to do this data? We are going to give this data. I was continuously saying it over here. Okay, let me do it. Here, I'm going to put it on somewhere down or on the right side. I will do it. So I was continuously saying that we are going to build a model, and to this model, we are going to give the data, right? We are going to give the data over here like this. This is my data, and we are going to pass this data to the model. Now, when you are passing, your model will be learning from this data. This data should be in the pure form, guys, very much pure form. That is what is over here. Once you collected the data, based on the requirement, explore, cleaning is being done. Then after doing the mining, you will be having a pure form of data. This data, we are going to give it to our model. But if you want to, now this is, we know that this is data, right? I was being continuously talking. This is model, and this is nothing but data. Okay, this data I'm giving to the model. Very good. Now, after giving this data to the model, now model will learn from it. First, if you want to give the data to the model, you have to build the model. Okay, we have to build the model. Model building. Now I'm going to show you this one, guys. It looks so scary about like it is based on the algorithm. We are going to build the model. Like it looks like a bit panic. But it is very damn easy. And here the real beauty of the Python comes into the picture. Okay, we will do this. We will do it. If possible today or tomorrow, I will show you this one. Model building, model training. This first I build the model. I'm giving the data to the model. This process, I told you, this process of giving data to the model, we call it as training. Training, model training. Now, then afterwards, model testing. Model testing means once the model is learned over here, my model will learn and it will become intelligent, right? Now, how to know that it is learned the data perfectly? Just by testing it. You are going to test the model. Now, how, like, now you are going to the college like 365 days without not 360, all the entire year. Okay. Complete all the working days or all the days when the college is there, you went there and you were able to, attend the classes. Now you are having 100% attendance. Now you have completed the first year. They will be sending you directly into the second year? No, they will not send you directly to second year. They will conduct a test. Why they have to conduct, even though if you have a 100% attendance, they want to know that attending the class is one level, but whether you understand the concept or you are capable of going to the second year or not. That is what you have to do it. That is what it will be going to do it over here. Okay. Okay. That is what exactly happened. Okay. The same way we are going to do it over here. Now it is saying that I gave the data. My model says that yet I learned it. How to know that whether it learned in the right way or not? That we are going to test it. That process is also called as model evaluation. We also called it as model evaluation. That is nothing but testing. After doing the testing, now we are going to do the prediction. Prediction means we are going to give a real-time data and ask the model to give out the answers. And after this, we will do the deployment. What do you mean by deployment? Means we are going to give this model to the client. Whatever the business requirement is there, that we are going to give it to the model over here. Based on the requirement, we built it. The same people, I give a model over here. Now, this is what it is. This we got the data, we clean the data, and we get the perfect data and we are giving to the model, but model has to be built. So here, this is a second part. We are building the model, model training, model evaluation, model prediction, and model deployment. Okay. This is the entire process of your life cycle. Okay, this all we are going to do this, guys. Compulsorily, we will be doing it step by step in the future. Now, okay, now I'm going to just copy this. This entire model, I will divide it into two parts. Sorry for this. This also I will do. This entire process of our life cycle, I will broadly classify it into two parts. One is collection of data. This is the first part, and this is the second part. I will give it over here. This is the second part. This is the first part, and this is the second part. Okay. Now, this is my first part. And this is my second part. Okay, this is my first part and second part. And this first part, we usually deal with the data, right? We are going to deal with the data. And this second part, we are going to deal with model, preparation of the model and that. So this first part, we call this one as data analysis. Okay. The second part, we call it as data analytics. Data analysis and data analytics. Okay, I'm going to explain you the difference also. Now, one more thing I want to let you know is that this data collection, we call it as, in a professional terminology, data wrangling. Okay, and so don't get confused if someone asks you what is data wrangling. And this data wrangling is also called as data munging. They will also call it as data munging. I will give it as munging, like this. Data munging. Okay. Data wrangling or data munging. Like this will be. Now, what is data analysis and what is data analytics? So now, before explaining you or giving you a definition on this, I want to just give you a small example. See, just imagine you started a business. Okay, let's take it. You started a business. You started the business in 2015 and it went on to 2025. Okay. Okay. Now here, what we are going to do it is, when you started the business, it went on very well and you reach the peaks. And then you suddenly started falling down your business over here like this. Your business is somewhere over here. Almost it is at the lowest point over here. I will give it. Guys, please stop writing it. Okay. Here you are, businesses. Now it's at the lowest point. Okay. This is your, what you call it as your graph. Now, when you take this point, your business is really very good. At this point, your business is really very good over here. Maybe I can take it as 2019 or 20 time. This was very good. Then afterwards, it is falling down. Now, there will be stakeholders. They will be the people who invested in your business. They may come up and they will say that, what is exactly is the problem? Because they invested the money. They will be asking you the question. Then how you will give the answers to them? So they will ask you why we are here and how we are here. We were doing so good. Why we are here and how we are here. Now here what we can do it is, you will be going through the historic data. That is the previous data. We will call it as historic data. And you will go through the historic data and you will analyze what are the steps you have taken over here to reach to the top and what are the steps you have taken over here to come down over here like this. Okay, what are the steps you have taken over here to reach this point and what are the mistakes we have done to get to here by analyzing the historic data. This process of analyzing the historic data or studying the historic data and finding the answers to the current situation is called as, data analysis. Okay, what is data analysis? Okay, it is a process of analyzing the historic data or or get answers to current situation is called data analysis. Okay. Now, this is what you are going through the previous historic data and you are getting the answers to the current situation is called as, data analysis. Of course, data analysis, you will find it as it is a process of collecting the data, exploring the data, cleaning the data, mining the data, and after that you are going to analyze that historic data to get the answers to the current situation is called as data analysis. Okay, now data analytics. What is data analytics is nothing but it is a process of analyzing the historic data and predicting the future events, predicting series of future events is called data analytics. Okay, this is what it is. What is this analytics means? If the same people, okay, now same people, they asked you, okay, we got the answer over here. Now, what is the situation of our business in the future? Maybe in next 5 years, when it is 2030, what is the situation of our business? Then this is called as data analytics. This is data analysis. This is data analytics. That's what it is. Analyzing them, it is a process of analyzing the historic data and predicting series of future events is called as analytics. Okay, that is what is called as analytics. Hope you got the major difference between them. So I'm going to explain you this one detailedly and this one detailedly. We are having a lot of, this is normally, I will give an example over here. And this is nothing but our mining of the data. That is nothing but our MLDL will come into that category. I'm going to show you the model building, model training, and model testing. These are the very simple steps I'm going to show you. And I will show you the real-time implementation also after showing this. Okay. So this is for today's class, guys. I'm going to stop it. Do you have any queries, please? That's fine, not a problem. Now I'm ending up the class, Vidyanath. Data engineers and data analysts and data scientists, there will be a small difference will be there. How and where we can practice this? You have to practice in your system. You should have a system. I will guide you how to configure your system, and you can practice the system. Okay. Now, see guys, data analyst, data engineer, and data scientist, they are all interrelated. See, if you take it in a project, 1 second. Okay, if you take it a project, usually now how it will goes on is, when you are talking about the data, like data analyst or data engineer, let's take it. The role of the data engineer is, as per the book or as per the records, it is that they are going to, first thing is they are going to gather the data. First role for the data engineer, it is they are going to gather the data. And they are going to build and maintain the systems. Okay, that is what they will do it. Data engineers, they will gather the data, they will design the architecture of how the data process, and they will build and maintain the systems. These are the 3 roles, 4 roles, they will be doing it very effectively. That's the reason why a data engineer should know how to acquire the data from the different sources, and they should know the Hadoop, how to know how to deal with the large volume of data, and at the same time they should know one cloud based environment. Okay, next thing is, this is like data collection, I can say it. Okay, designing, building and maintaining system. This is what they will be doing. When it comes to the data analyst, the role of the data analyst is they are going to pre-process the data. Okay, like pre-processing of data. Whatever the data we collected from this people, that collected data, we are going to pre-process. What do you mean by pre-process? These are data exploration, data cleaning, and data mining will be done over here. And also they will do the EDA process, exploratory data analysis. They are going to display the data in a more presentable format. When it comes to the data scientist, now here he will become a data engineer. Okay, he is a data engineer. He knows the roles of the data analyst, and he will an expert of an ML role, ML engineer, and DL engineer. These all things he will be even generating. Okay, these are the different roles what the data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist. Again, in reality, practically, if you are going to see it, these 2 roles are being performed by one person. These 2 roles, data collection or maintaining of the system, analyzing all these things, are maintained by either data analyst or data engineer. Anything you can designate it. Okay. Now, Narmada, like I didn't get your question. Optimize the testing profile. How would we implement the AI learning to our testing project? Please let me know. See, Python is pretty much mandatory for your last question. Python is pretty much mandatory. Now, if you wanted to work as a tester, and you want to enhance your skills over the AI, and then you want to continue as a tester, yes, you can do it, because you need a special like understanding of the AI systems in order to test the AI process. AI testing is altogether different from your normal testing. So when you are going to train yourself onto the AI, then you can easily understand the flow of the AI, how the AI application goes, which part of the AI application you have to test it, and how you have to test it. That is what it will be pretty easy for you. Okay, so definitely it will enhance your profile, and there are a lot of opportunities on the people who are well aware of the AI testing, that is AI application testing. Of course, you are going to use your basic testing strategies over there, but understanding the flow of the AI application is pretty much mandatory in order to apply your testing skills. So there it will be very useful for you. Suresh, are you a government employee or what it is? Thanks, Narmada. Is right move of the comfort zone, and is it the right thing? What about the salary package? I'm not sure, like, what is your package, and I don't know your skills. You can do one thing. You can take my contact number from the admin and you can call me. I have a lot of questions I can't ask you over here. So that's why I'm saying, please take my contact number. I will ask the admin people to provide my contact number so that you can call me and I can clarify all your doubts. And I want to let you know that whether what will be your package and what will be the what kind of roles you will be eligible for, something like that. I will let you. So please contact the admin people and ask for the my contact number and they will give you. Working as an automation engineer, how could this AI course help me and which role can I apply for? See, Abhuniti Rajendran, like you are saying that you are working as currently as an automation tester. First thing is, now as the what's the name, Narmada was asking, the pretty much the same thing you are asking. See, one thing is sure that you should know the Python to learn the AI. Second is, it depends whether you want to continue in the testing field. No, you want to get out of that testing field and you want to enter into the AI, completely AI role. Then, then you have to put down that last 2 or 3 years. I don't know what is your experience level. So if you are having 5 years experience, for example, then keep the last 2 years into the AI, and then you have to look out for the outside job, or you have the internal transfer of the from the testing to the AI application building, then you will be getting it very comfortably. But if you want to stick to your current role and you want to apply this AI skills over there, just now I told to Narmada the same thing, it will happen. You have to, each and every application require a tester. Each and every person, each and every application requires a tester. And if it is an AI application, then you should understand the flow of the AI application, then only we can implement it. So there it will be pretty much useful for you, this AI application. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. See, Nagaraju, see, you are saying that you are having around 5+ senior Java plus Python developer. So simply, if you want to move on to the AI, that's what the same thing applicable. You have to remove your last few years of your experience, and you have to enhance in your profile that you have been working on the AI applications. You keep your Java, you keep your Python experience as it is, but last few years, like at least from 2020, last 3 years, you have been working into the AI application building, like using the deep learning. You have to put it. And again, you may get a doubt that how I will justify it. That you don't worry it, because once you complete our course, you will be very much comfortable in the technically, that easily you can crack the, or easily you can justify that 3 years of experience. Okay, and you add the 3 years of experience, and then you start looking for an opportunity outside. Then you will be getting a lot of opportunities. It depends on you, Gaurav, like how much you want to keep it. Now, I can say that, I can say like after completion of this course, you can put it easily 3 years experience on this. But again, it depends on your confident level. Now, some may say that I want to put it all the 5 years, means put down. But you have to put it in an organized way. It's don't put it in a one particular sector, so that you are giving a lot of a chance to the interviewer to play with you. You have to do it something. If you want to put it 5 years, put first 2 years as a data analyst, and then you just say that last 1 year I worked on ML, then recently I moved on to the deep learning and Gen AI. Then in that case, you are not giving a lot of room for the person to ask a deep questions. As if someone says that I have 5 years in deep learning, they will play with you. But in this case, there is a limited, you are giving a limited a experience to all different courses or different sectors. So there is a good chance that the limited questions will be asked to you. So otherwise, it will be a bit difficult. What is two? You have only 2 years gap or what? Then put it all the 2 years. Now, whoever is, I'm going to say you one thing. Whoever is having, like, who are working from past 10 years, or who is having 5 years, or who is having the gap of 5 years or something like that, you have to get some experience. You have to put it on. Now, don't expect that you will be getting the fresher kind of roles or something. No way. You have to put down some experience. That is pretty much mandatory. And once you put down that experience, you put it in an organized way. Like first you say that I worked as a data analyst. Then as I enhanced my role as an data scientist, where my role was limited for the deep learning or ML and deep learning. And recently I moved on to Gen AI. And whatever we are learning over here, you can easily justify at least minimum 3 years onto the deep learning and Gen AI. That I can give you the guarantee. Okay, chalo, I'm going to stop it over here, guys, and let's meet tomorrow. And I'm going to explain you detailedly this, especially the wrangling, cleansing, and model building, and all these things. And after that, we will be jump into the Python. Okay. Yeah, mostly tomorrow will be our last day of the demo. And if anyone is want, like, after that demo sessions, the link will be changed. Only the people who enrolled will be provided with the new link. Okay, and whoever is like who didn't enroll it, please enroll it, so that you can continue with the session after this. So tomorrow will be our the roadmap will be the last session. After that, maybe tomorrow will be the last session, or day after tomorrow. I will let you know tomorrow that tomorrow will be the last session of the demo, or the day after tomorrow. After that, our link will be changed, and we will be moving on with the new link, and we will continue with the Python and all these things. Okay. Chalo, guys. I will stop it over here, and we will meet tomorrow at 5 o'clock to continue with the things. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks a lot, Narmada.